DJ Mixmastermind.
So why you doing it? Tell me why you doing it. Your father grow your good, so tell me why you doing it. So why you doing it? Tell me why you doing it. The girl clothes it look like a play doing it. And well you know say you can't come back you with it. Me have a fire, you have to burn all your crew with it. Diamond tell me say you can't lose with it. And this tell me say you must get.
Hi, and welcome to Cooking with DJ Mixmastermind, right here today. Right now I'm going to introduce you to my kitchen, bring you into my humble home, and what we're going to do is some spaghetti and minced meat today. And yeah, that's about it. It's easy. Oh, don't forget, we're going to do some coleslaw also. Yeah, something easy, you know, fills your stomach, leave you punch or fat like me. Oh, if you're asking what's going on with my head, my kind of like turban looking thing, you know, when you're cooking in the kitchen, you can't have like the hairs dropping in the food, you understand? So yeah, I got my little kitchen turban, you know what I mean? Specially made. It's a universal thing. It could be a scarf, you know, we're in the winter time, a turban, you know, sometimes some people could use it as a pamper, you know what I'm saying? But this weekend, when we get on to the cooking, you understand? Right now I already got the vegetables all chopped up. We got some garlic, some onion, some pepper, some green pepper, and some yellow pepper. Also, we got some scallion up in there, you know what I'm saying? Then we already got the ground beef seasoned. The oven's already heated up. Just gotta put the oil over. So I have the oil in the pan. So we're gonna heat up the oil for a little bit. When we finish heat up the oil, then we're going to like put the vegetables in.
And this tell me say you must get fluid.
So right now the oil is already heated up. So we are going to just put the vegetables inside of the pot and make sure that, you know, everything is all cooked and stuff. Don't forget you gotta get your pot spoon, give it a little rinse, you know what I'm saying? Because it was inside of the drawer, so just give it a rinse. Something that my parents always tell you in the Caribbean, you know?
You always got to rinse your utensils and your pots and things before you use them because they don't have dust on it. You don't want the dust on it good.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, something if you got Caribbean mother that would tell you something like that, yeah. If you was raised or born in the Caribbean, or if you was in a Caribbean household instead of Canada or something. You know what I mean? Wherever you at. But if we're speaking, just gonna get to see a little like spin stir right now. Using some vegetable oil. The reason why I'm using vegetable oil instead of the other oil, which is olive oil. The reason I'm not using vegetable oil is because vegetable oils seem to give the meat a kind of different cook. You know what I mean? It gives a little like a different kind of fry when you're dealing with it. I don't know. Yo, I know y'all people digging my freaking hairnet turban / scarf. Anyway, put this ground beef in here. Make sure this ground beef all nice. You know what I'm saying? You can see that here, bro. Still have the ground beef in there. You know what I mean? So you just let the vegetables and the ground beef marinate with each other up in there. Try to get all familiar with each other, you know what I mean? It's like a love bond, you know, cook from the heart. If you can't cook from the heart, then something wrong with you. You gotta like beat some little salt here too. That thing that I just put in, that was some all-purpose seasoning. You know what I'm saying? Beat some salt up in there. Don't ever bother to try to tell me about, give you a recipe of how much to put in. I don't deal with how much to put in. You understand? We observe and drop. The observe and drop technique comes with a lot of years of experience, or a couple of months. All depends. You just gotta use your common sense, you know what I mean? There's a lot of trial and error too, because when I first start the observe and drop technique with like certain products, being that I don't know how strong the products are, kind of like overpower the food sometimes, you know what I mean? So being that I did it so many times already, I kind of know which product to drop how much of. You know what I mean? If I use a new product, then I would gradually put some in as I go. But I don't really taste test food anyway, so I wouldn't actually know how much or how little until after it's done. But I never, well, only from the beginning, but after that, never really had a problem with like how the food turned out. You know what I mean? So I don't know if y'all really care to see, but where the stove at, I really don't got a actual temperature to put the stove at. We just, you know what I mean? There's a lot of backyard cooking. So y'all people who were wondering how I really do things, this is how I do it. Cayenne Bajan style. You understand? As Luciano tell me in this interview, the Kabbalah man. If you all know what the Kabbalah man is, well, Kabbalah man in Barbados would be a Rasta man who grew up in the hills. You understand? So they do everything back road style. They cook on some wood fires. You know what I mean? Use some ground provisions. And a lot of people say that pork is ground provision because the pig walk on the floor, but no, they don't mean that kind of ground provision. You mean yams and edibles and peppers and, you know what I mean? Real ground food, like carrot and things, you know what I mean? So as you can see, ground beef, it coming along, it getting brown thing here. So really and truly, all them people who say that they use browning in the ground beef, you don't want to use browning in ground beef. Natural browning. You understand? And a lot of other people cook ground beef and the ground beef be all stick together. You see my ground beef fresh. Because you know how I beat it? We don't deal with the frozen ground beef, you know what I mean? Well, right now, my other one is in freezer, but I just buy this today. So it's fresh. You understand? So, if you really check my kitchen, a real bachelor man look, you know what I'm saying? That's how we just do things. Straight. Well, I know I cut the video, yes, because, you know, if I had to let it play, it's going to be long and drawn out. Y'all can see a lot of things in the process that y'all really don't want to sit there and watch. So, you know, instead of making a hour-long video, you cut it down to like 10 minutes or 5 minutes. You know what I mean? So what you missed when I was at break. First it was like kicking some tunes and he was winding up that thing. You know what I tell you? He was tuning. Lift the weights. I just kidding, man. Anyway, I was here. I transferred the pots. I put the mixed meat in the pot that you see at the back. Because I decided I am not do rice because I don't have any rice right now. I forget I made it yesterday. And I was busy cutting up some vegetables in here to make some coleslaw. And it don't deal with pile of rubbish. Keep this stuff here clean all the time. You understand? Don't make life hard. Yeah, I got my bottle of water. Then my power in so I can keep jonesing. I'm whacking up. And you know what? Soul food. But anyway, the spaghetti will go in there. I got the cabbage and everything chopped up here for the coleslaw. So, when I make my coleslaw, get the fattening stuff, thing called mayonnaise. You understand? Not whipping cream, mayonnaise. Real fat thing there. Understand? My coleslaw right now, as you can see, my coleslaw is looking. Oops. Some dropped my floor, but you're digging that here. Please clean up things out here as well. That get clean up. But you see my coleslaw? Coleslaw looking so scrumptious. My coleslaw always scrumptious. So, shall we keep it? Please keep it bougie in the place still. So you see this little bowl here? This little bowl here. A lot of people can't understand my accent. When I say this little bowl here, I'm talking about this little bowl here. You understand? This is what you call the coleslaw bowl right about now. Right now today, it can be coleslaw bowl. So I add some like brown sugar in here with some mayonnaise. You know what I mean? Mayonnaise for this. You know what Sarah told me the other day? I don't know if people know what this thing is. Sarah told me the other day that you just push this thing in here to get like 1-2 servings. What the hell? Y'all white people make some shit. I ain't gotta tell them. Now this is how we just test how much spaghetti you eat. Right, get? You understand? A handful. If you can't eat, left back, left overs. That's what we do. We deal with overs. We don't deal with unders, only overs. So you can drop this here, down here, so. Understand? With some. Really not. Whoops! That's a blooper, but we can still hear it. But yeah, I really gotta put the salt in there, so but just add a little salt up in here, so we are back, and my spaghetti is all nice and done. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn this off, and I'm going to strain that spaghetti out. Got my strainer. So we're gonna strain this spaghetti out. My friend Alicia, she half Italian, and she liked beer spaghetti. She said, pasta have to eat every day. So, there you have it. Some easy 1, 2, 3 cooking with Mix Mastermind. Thank you for watching, and bon happy eat. The French say bon appetit, bon appetit, bon appetit. I say bon happy eat, but they ain't got the bone today, so definitely Mix Mastermind over out. Come on.
Me name Elephant Man, them can't penny me. What we do? Pull up like me gone down on Miami. DJ fi dead, me fan them ready fi hire me. I don't know that the boy them going sick away. 99 scare them got the remedy. For them off a few for this me and me pass it when me rock come above them and go make we get mad now. Woman in a bed I rub them one another left the fussy hold them fi dead because they make we get mad now. All the ones Steve teach me 10 pound now with the family a fi go leave because they make we get mad now. The for them a chop them and we mash up in the left. But all the talk them a talk them out to make we get mad.
We're having a bashment party. People get you feel the hype. Wearing Gucci and the money. Feeling rich like Wesley Snipes. Drinking crystal with my show.